Hey there, YouTubers. Haven't made a video in a couple days. Figured I would make a video. This is a cooking video, but we're not going to cook anything. We're going to talk about cooking. Um, I know that there are some people that enjoy my cooking. I try to make healthy-ish kinds of meals that are easy in an RV, one-pan meals, that whole kind of thing. But I wanted to do a little history. Um, I recently changed my diet pretty substantially because I had gone to the doctor about a year ago and they took my blood levels and all that, and I was at the like, holy crap, you're going to have a stroke kind of thing. Now, I'm thin, but inside there was fat. I had high cholesterol and triglycerides. And part of that problem had become I was eating way too much pasta. As an Italian, I like my pasta. I was eating a lot of pasta and I was drinking a lot of coffee with sugar in it. So I had just gone back to the doctor after a year of changing my diet pretty drastically and being on some meds for it. So a couple things I've done. As for fast food, I don't think I've eaten fast food maybe once or twice in like 3 years. I just don't eat that. And I try not to swear on YouTube, but I don't eat that shit. It's food-like substances. It is not good for you. And every time I would eat it, I did not feel good. Because in my past, I had eaten a lot of fast food. You know, we'd get home from work and too tired to cook and just got lazy and started doing a drive-through of all the fast food chains. Oh, I cut that out. And over the past year, I've really tried to cut back on all my processed foods. There's some things that are processed that I'm going to keep using. One of them being sriracha sauce, that has some sugar added to it. So, for the first few months after that, blood results were so bad, I totally cut out pasta, and it was tough for me. I tried some wheat pasta after that a little bit, and now I eat pasta. It's just not the main source of my diet as it became. A lot of times when I wasn't in the RV, I'd be at the house and pasta's cheap, so I would eat a lot of pasta. Not a good idea. Carbs are basically sugar, and it wasn't good to do. So now I've pretty much cut out all the processed foods I can. And you know, once I got the good results from my doctor, like she was like giving me high five. She was like so impressed. Took me off the meds because I didn't need them anymore. Because so often we can change all these problems with our diet. So after that, I've started watching more and more shows, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get to be able to do it myself, but the whole vegetarian vegan thing, I think I'm going to incorporate some days of doing that. It's hard to argue the benefits of going to a vegan or vegetarian diet. I mean, everything you see, it has so many benefits in your day-to-day health and the ability to fight and in many cases counteract diseases. So there's a part of me that would love to become a vegan, and there's a part of me that knows I'm a carnivore and I like eating dead animals. But so I guess this is just to say the videos are gonna be pretty much the same now, but every now and then I might be incorporating in a meatless variety of a meal. When you look at a lot of my videos, you would think a guy like Gordon Ramsay or real chefs would want to shoot me because I don't add salt to like anything. I never add straight up salt. Now, I will use different seasonings which have salt in them, but just straight up salt, I don't add that. As for sugar, I don't add straight sugar at all anymore. I'm using stevias in the different natural blends, which also helped get my numbers back under control. Some of the things like sriracha sauce has sugar in it. Some things are added sugar, but I never add any extra. I'm trying to read some labels, you know, stay away from everything that's corn related. Syrup, all that junk, I don't eat it. And then, you know, if you get out there and get doing some investigating and watching some stuff, what they're doing to our food is just, it's frightening. And it's not just America. Our Western diet has now been exported to other countries, for which as an American I humbly beg your forgiveness, because what the large food producers are doing is not helping us as a people at all. You can run all you want, you can do all the exercises in the world that you want, but if you're pumping this crap into your body can't help you. And you know, if you watch Food Inc., Forks Over Knives, there's 100 different shows. They did the China study, there's a famous guy, there's just all kinds of benefits of limiting your animal fat intake, and just Monsanto. You know, I got to be careful. I think if you say anything bad about Monsanto, they might sue me. They definitely sue every farmer they come across. So the stuff being done to our food is something to be concerned about. So I will try to incorporate some different kind of diets, which some of you might not like, you know, different kinds of meals. Again, if I had a dream, it would be all vegan and happy and wonderful and everything, but I don't know if I can get there. But I know there can be days that at least one meal isn't meat-based. You know, there's 100 different ways to do it, but I will say now, the changes I have made, I can totally feel better. I lost weight. I'm already pretty thin, so that shows you that improving your diet can help you lose weight even if you aren't looking to lose weight. And most of what I lost was fat that I was carrying around. And switching your diet around a little bit to this kind of thing is not going to sap your energy. It's actually going to do the exact opposite. You'll find there's some like world-class athletes that have changed their diets off of meat-based products. But again, there's nothing much better to me than a juicy burger. But maybe every meal doesn't have to be a juicy burger, and you can feel better about yourself, and you can feel better. And let's not even go into the ethical things. I've seen enough killing, so I know I can't kill animals for my own consumption anymore. But you know, if you make yourself aware of the practices and how our industrial farming is being done, the way animals are treated is, one, it's oftentimes inhumane and really kind of disgusting, and it's not healthy for us eating them. It doesn't produce us with a healthy, good product. And I'm like a lot of people, you know, you want to save money on everything, but we'll spend a lot of money on something silly and then pump ourselves full of 99-cent meals and then wonder why we don't feel well. You know, we'll grab something out of the freezer department at a grocery store and then look at the label and you can't pronounce anything. Well, you're putting that stuff in your body. I had a friend of mine that said, you know, they had that show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? If you get a list of contents that a fifth grader can't read you what that is it really food, and should you really be eating it? You know, maybe we need to do more of eating what our grandparents ate. So, again, a long ramble about food, but it really is something that I think people should at least pay attention to, at least be aware. You know, Monsanto and different companies don't want you to know things are genetically altered. Why? They afraid we won't eat them? Some countries, they mark them and people won't eat them. And you think, oh, it's no big deal. Well, now, what they're doing is they're infusing seeds with a pesticide, and then they find it goes through the whole plant, and if insects eat that plant, they die. But then we turn around and eat that food. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So, wrapping up, my videos are going to contain a little bit more organic foods when I can. And a lot of times, if you really look at the prices, you know, you might have normal and organic and pay 30 cents more for organic than the normal. Okay, that can add up over time, but you're putting better food in your body, so maybe it's worth that 30 cents. There will be, when I can make when I do eat meats, because again, I don't think I can get myself off it, at least not very quickly, because I like it. But I'm going to do my best to choose the better quality. I've tried this tried to say in my videos in the past, I aim for healthier, not calling anything I've made in the past health food, and probably not much of what I'm gonna make I would claim to be health food. But I'm gonna try to make healthier decisions. I dropped somebody off at the airport and we ate before, and I was at a Max and Irma's and they had a veggie burger. I'm like, all right, let me give the veggie burger a try. It was friggin' awesome. It was spiced up nice. Later that night, I ate like half a pig, but at least at that one meal, I didn't eat as much animal fats. I had a little bit healthier of an option. So that's gonna be my goal. And you know, again, for those of you that have seen many of my videos, you know I'm a big fan of the Rooster, of the sriracha sauce. In my opinion, that can fix almost anything. But I will be trying to take another step towards a little bit healthier of a diet, incorporating things that are better for my body. Because if I have a goal, I would like to live really long and then just die one day. I don't want to get sick next week and live for another 30 years with doctors pumping me full of this pill and that pill. I'm now off of those pills. The pill helped me get myself under control, helped me motivate myself to a better diet, and now I don't need those pills, and I don't want to use those pills. But I suggest to anybody that thinks, you know, some of this makes sense, get out there on Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever thing you have to watch some documentaries about food industry in the United States, and it may make you realize the same thing. It may make you also go, yeah, I don't know if I can go all the way to vegan, but I know Monday can be no meat Monday, or it can be whatever, and you can take a little bit more active role in the food you're eating. So again, never fast food. I'm just not going to do it again. I won't eat it. And I'm going to do the best I can not to have processed, and try to eat some more organic foods, and cut my meals down on the meat a little bit, because there are times I cook a meal and I get done and I'm like, oh, I forgot to make a vegetable. Well, now I'm going to try to correct that. I apologize for the rain and for the ramble, but hopefully I can edit this into something a little bit helpful. I think, like everything, going RVing is fantastic, but if you feel like crap all the time, if you're lethargic, if you're tired, I have so much more energy. I've always exercised pretty well. I'm not a triathlete or anything like that, but I've always been pretty active, and I feel better all the time. So I think I'm gonna give this a little try of eating better vegetables and carrying on some cooking ideas that might work for some other people. But if you're fearful because you like the certain things I used to cook, don't worry, I'm still gonna cook those. But every now and then you might see something that makes you go, oh, maybe that's good. He told me this was good and it did taste good when I tried it. Maybe he's not lying about this other thing tasting pretty good. My triglycerides and cholesterol had been at, like I said, he's gonna have a stroke. Oh my goodness. To now, when I just went back off the pills, my worst number was triglyceride, and they went from, again, have a stroke, I don't want to tell you how high because it's surprising that I'm not in worse shape, to now being like 87. And the doctor said the pills helped a little bit, but this is all from your diet change, from how you've aggressively went after this issue. That's what the cause was. So it's easy to do, YouTubers. I don't think the food I've been eating is any worse than it was before taste-wise, but it's been a lot healthier. Okay, that's a wrap, YouTubers. Have a great and wonderful day. Eat healthier. You don't have to be Zen Buddha